Yo, what is up, guys? Today in this video, I'm sick. So, you know what that is? That's the perfect time to do ow, my arm. Hold up, give me a second. Reacting to 6 stories! Woo! I know Robert IDK did this while he was sick, so I was like, oh, it's a pretty good idea. Oh, y'all can't hear. Oh, I'm glad I figured that out. So, we are going to start out with No, Not Death. Sick days on the weekend. It's Friday, so it's stomach flu. Oh, God. Let's do what? Having perks of autism. Soccer injuries. But can we find? Nope. When no one believes you're sick.
Disabled. That's right. Hi, my name is Mimi and I'm chronically ill and disabled. But you don't.
I thought it was about to be like actually like okay, I think they're all up here. You know what we can do? We can do Jada Animations, Being Sick, and this one. And you know what? It's just a short one. Let's do it. Discord's in the way. Hold up. Alright, we have 7-minute one, 8-minute one, 8-minute one, and 4-minute one. So there might be some crazy stuff that happens. But guess freaking what? What, Nick? What is it? What is it? I don't care. Alright, let's go. Injuries and being sick. This is not injuries and being sick. Hold up. Why can I not pause the recording? Why are they doing this to me, Belle? I just want to pause the recording. Alright. If I ever have to look at an ad, I'm gonna do this so y'all can't hear it and y'all can't see it. You can still kind of see the ad. Whatever. I'm sorry, guys. I have a fever. Alright. Here we go.
Being sick is the pits. I should know.
Yeah, I should do.
Because I'm sick right now. You can probably hear it in my disgusting nasally voice, and I probably shouldn't be recording a YouTube video right now. But you know what? Life stops for no one, and I'm not gonna get left behind.
I also have a cough. The sickness I have is a fever, and I have a cough. So why am I wearing this heavy blanket? Because it's the middle of the winter. Why else would I be? Like, I'm not gonna do this in the middle of summer. I'm gonna be dying. No, it's the middle of the winter. I do not wanna. Just to let y'all know, I'm probably not gonna talk a lot of this because I am sick. No, really, I didn't know that.
But for real, I was like, I need to get started on the next video, but my voice sounds like I drowned in cheese graters.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Let's talk about being sick. It's relevant enough. I'm fortunate to have a really good immune system. I never get sick. Believe it or not. From elementary school through high school, guess how many days I've missed from being sick?
How many?
Don't guess. I'm gonna tell you anyway.
I'm still gonna guess. I feel like the average human has a lot of 6 days. Six sick days. So I'm gonna say. But she said that she had a good immune system, so I'm gonna say 12 6 days. Is that too much? I don't know.
It's 2. And they were back to back, so I was just really dying that one time. I mean,
only 2? That's crazy. Oh yeah, sorry about the bad mic quality. I'm gonna try to. I should probably save up to buy a microphone so y'all can hear me better. That might be the next thing I'm saving up for. Because I only got 4 hours and 30 minutes of sleep, so I'm not that energetic.
Sure, I've gotten sick here and there, and my mom was just like, oh, you're fine, pack your bag, you're going to school. Missing arm? Pfft, if the lizards can regrow their limbs, so
Yeah,
can
it's
you.
fine,
So that number
it's
doesn't tell
fine.
everything, but I think 2 is a pretty good score to have over 12 years. I'm not
Yeah.
like a crazy germaphobe though. I don't go out of my way to avoid being exposed to sickness or actively try to kill any bacteria that may give me some sniffles. Sometimes I forget to wash my hands. I heard that kids who are more exposed to germs and stuff when they were young were able to more efficiently build immunities to them.
Yeah.
So maybe as a kid I just ate a lot of dirt. But even though being sick makes you want to just give up on everything because your eyes are red and your head hurts and you're
Yeah.
tired all the time but
Yeah.
can't sleep because your nose is plugged and you
Yeah.
can't breathe and everything is agony and life is pain and nothing is worth it in the end. There's some pros that can come
Okay,
from
wait,
it.
hold up.
Like, you don't have to share anything. Because no one
True.
wants to share anything with your disgusting diseased self. Do you have a pencil I can borrow? got a cold.
That is kind of true, though. That is kind of true.
Never mind. Can I have some of your food? I have the flu. Keep it.
The flu? Wait, hold up. I've had the flu before. I don't know if it was type A or type B. I don't remember which one. It sucked. And I think that since you have the flu, you shouldn't be at school. Because I was out of school for a week because I had the flu. Well, not really a week. I was out for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the days everyone has off. Monday, Tuesday, and I think Wednesday. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you have the flu, I don't think that you should be in school. Like, I just don't think that you should be in school though. I don't know.
You want to hang out? I'm sick. Oh, no, it's okay. We can just sick of your bull crap. Ah! Being sick.
Oh my god. Oh, get roasted. Hold on, wait.
Bed. You want to hang out? I'm sick. Oh, no, it's okay. We can just sick of your bull crap. Ah! Being sick is the best excuse to be a bad member of society and get sympathy for it. Any other time, if you were to sleep in till 12 and then stay in bed all day on the computer,
Yeah,
people.
no, that's not me. I woke up at 6 and I didn't go back to sleep. I'm gonna tell you, I stayed up until like 11:30. I went to bed until like 2 o'clock. I slept for 30 minutes, and it was 2:30. Then I stayed up until 3, and then I went back to sleep, and then I woke back up at 5. That's like 2 hours. Like, that's like 3 hours and 30 minutes. And then I went back to sleep for like an hour. Then I woke back up at 6, and I just didn't go back to sleep. I just couldn't. So I did not get that much sleep.
Would just think you're really lazy and have no motivation. But if you just say, oh, I was sick, all of a sudden, oh, you poor thing, get better soon. Can I get you anything?
I feel like they would actually be like this. Oh, you're sick? I'll believe it.
Oh, you're
Think
such
of
a
it just
trooper.
little-
It's great. Also, you have the power to claim anything you touch.
What do you mean?
To each their own, but I also use being
Huh?
sick as an excuse to not talk to anyone because I'm a pathetic shy blob. Good job, immune system.
The only thing that I liked, the reason I like to talk to people when I'm sick. Not other people, like my family members over call. Either because they're far away, or they just don't want to get sick. My mom has been taking care of me for yesterday and a little bit of today. Because I have a temperature of like 100, but it's going down and back up because of the medicine I'm taking. Yeah, my voice was really scratchy this morning, bro. Like, it was super scratchy. I'm gonna move down here so y'all can see Jaden. I love her animation style. I just do. Why can I not hear it, bro?
You have failed me. Once as a kid, my brother.
What the?
To each their own, but I also use being sick as an excuse to not talk to anyone because I'm a pathetic shy blob.
Yeah.
Good job, immune system.
You.
You have failed me.
Yeah,
Once
you
as a
have
kid,
failed.
my brother got pink eye and my family pretty much barricaded him in his room and didn't let him touch anything. It's
Damn.
funny how as soon as someone gets sick, everyone is empathetic towards them, but also kind of treats them like an unpredictable rabid animal. All right, you just stay right there. Don't
Stay
go
right
anywhere.
there.
I got you some soup. Ah, stay over there. I'll push the bowl to you with this stick. Feel better soon. I think the worst thing I had growing up was a few
Yep.
migraines here and there. The first time I had a migraine was in 6th grade.
I've
I was
never
sitting
had-
in class and all of a sudden my eyes started not working. Like I would
I've never had a migraine, but I have had pretty bad headaches, but not a migraine.
look in one direction and I couldn't see anything in my peripheral vision. It was all gray and foggy. And at first I was like, whoa, this is weird. So this is what blind people see. And I was kind of fascinated by it. Then all of a sudden it felt like my brain exploded.
Oh.
I got to go home early. But I don't count that as a sick day because I was at school for the majority of it.
Alright,
If you've
okay,
never had a
okay.
migraine, take a moment to just appreciate that because they're one of the worst things ever. I mean, there's worse, but they're up there. I haven't even had any really bad injuries either. The only serious injury I've had was when I was 9. I'm saying serious because I had to go to the ER, but it's really not that bad. For my birthday one year, my parents got me Heelys. Do you remember those? The shoes with the wheel in them? I didn't specifically
I
ask
know
for
those
them, but
things.
after a few months, I decided to start trying them out. I'd roll around in the house up and down the halls, and it was pretty fun. Then one time, I decided to take them out on the streets. Our neighborhood was on a
no.
slant, so there was a bit of a steep angle to the
Oh,
cul-de-sac, and I was like, this is a good idea. Foreshadowing, it very wasn't. I
Perfect.
started going down the
Perfect
road and
idea.
picking up speed, and like 2/3 of the way
Perfect.
down, the tiniest little pebble was like, hey there, friend, and clogged the wheel and threw me forward. I hit my head on the road and opened a huge gash in my chin. My mom was outside talking to our neighbor, so she saw the whole thing and was like,
Okay, so I think is the rest of this just talking about this? Yeah. So if you want to go see that story, subscribe to her. I'm more to subscribe. Like it. This is the title. Let's go on. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, it disappeared. Wait, which ones were we doing again? We're doing this one, and this one. Let me just like them all so I can. Alright, hold up. Let me just like them all real quick. I don't want y'all to hear the ad, so I'm turning it down. Why was I born this way? I don't know. Ever since I was a kid. Alright, I'm doing it. Don't worry. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm a little sick. Achoo, achoo. What? Stop it. Okay. So we're doing. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I don't need to like these. Why do I have them liked? I don't need them to be liked. Hold on. What am I doing, bro? Wait. I'm so confused. What is going on? What was the next video? Okay, hold on, wait. My brain's hurting. It's been hurting, whatever. It's by Ginger Pale. Sure. Alright. Should find it. I found it. Yay. Oh, no. My voice just lagged. No, we're good. I love his animation too. No. Oh, y'all can't hear it, bro. What am I doing? What am I doing, bro? Y'all can't hear it. You're not kind of lucky. Whatever. I'm gonna turn my volume down so I don't have to hear
Oh,
this.
yeah! The perfect boy. Sometimes I forget that this is what it's all about. Hey man, do you mind covering your mouth? You've soiled my perfect selection
I'll turn
of
this down
tomatoes.
for you.
Their salsa dreams never to come to fruition.
Just,
Those are fruits. Oh, don't worry, man. It's just allergies.
I'll turn it down for y'all.
Dude,
It's
I don't
loud.
Care if you're sick. I just don't want your germs. Hey man, it's just a little seasonal thing. It's not gonna do anything to you. Getting sick, it sucks. My body is a soup factory, input and output. Being sick, that's something we can all get behind.
That's it.
Fun fact, when a negative word takes on a positive connotation, it's called an amelioration. The word nice actually used to mean silly or foolish, but now it means pleasant or agreeable. Keep it up. Steady as she goes, lad. So that's nice. But I am not feeling nice.
YouTube. What did I just see? No. Oh, I do not like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm glad you guys couldn't hear that. Oh my god. You're lucky.
I'm in the office finishing my business. It's my poop.
Business.
I'm doing a poop. And
Okay,
when I'm
we
done,
do.
I look down to check the product. And just so we're clear, everyone should be checking their product. There's a whole Bristol stool chart for a reason. It's real and scientific. You want to be aiming for like a type 4. But one problem with the chart.
Okay.
It doesn't address color.
Huh?
What does red mean? And I mean like really bright red. Mama, I'm dying. Turns out my mom was also having a case of the red poops. Online, she had found a long list of 250 terrifying reasons for red poop, only to find the very last reason to be could be from consumption of strongly colored foods such as beets. Oh. Yeah, we were absolutely mucking up beets the night before. But why is that the last thing on the list? Maybe just put a more common reason at the top. And that's exactly why playing Internet Doctor is the worst. You go from beet salad to funeral plans in just 3 clicks.
Dying has never been so fun.
That's when I realized I should be talking to a doctor instead of some guy on a forum. I don't think a real doctor's allowed to say that. And that's where today's...
YouTube won't like this, so I'm gonna have to. Don't. I'm gonna have to skip all
My
that.
finger and a
bro.
pencil sharpener.
I'm gonna have to skip all that, bro. I have to skip all that, bro.
I didn't book an appointment to go get fixed up because I didn't want to wait weeks for an appointment or to find a doctor who's accepting patients, and I thought it would
This
go away
still-
in that time anyways.
Is this
So
still
I just
ad?
lived in pain for 2 months instead. And that's where ZocDoc comes in. It makes it
Oh no! Alright, well. I don't care! It's like 2 minutes, bro. Oh my god! I'm going small for this. Fine. I'm upside down! Oh, I like being upside down. Man, I don't get to be upside down.
a little undercooked chicken, compromised cans and veggies, or that sushi that you ordered yesterday, but then you left it out all night, but like it's probably still good to eat. Do not be
probably.
tempted. Unless you want to have some of the most uncomfortable hours of your life. You're gonna end up with stomach pain so bad that you don't even care about going from this to this. And then back and forth a couple times. which is nasty because your face is where your butt was. And I know, because in high school, I began cooking a lot more. I like it. It's fun. But I must have been pretty terrible because I was getting food poisoning a lot. Some people only get sick like once a year, but I could have had an entire scrapbook of all the places I was blowing chunks. From both ends. All the signs were pointing to one thing. Bad chicken. You are the problem. Now every time I made chicken, I was increasing both the time and temperature. I even bought 2 meat thermometers to make extra sure that it was properly cooked before consumption. Nothing can stop me now. I was still getting sick. No matter what I did, it just kept happening until one day it just felt like I had been stabbed in the stomach. Which hasn't happened to me before, but I've seen a lot of movies. I imagine it's unpleasant. Eventually, my dad found me in this ghoulish state and decided it was time to take me to the hospital.
Good job, Dad.
And this is my story, so my dad can fly.
Okay.
First step, get assessed by the nurse at the front. So what's your problem? Bad chicken. My stomach is imploding. Okay, and what's your pain on a scale from 1 to 10? Honestly, it kind of comes in waves. Right now, probably a 6, but every couple minutes, it spikes to the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. But I want to leave room for worst case scenarios, so I'll say a 9. I put you down for a 4. What? That's not even a number I said. And I guess I didn't answer the question correctly because I got banished to the waiting room for a couple hours. I even saw a little girl who came in after me get in before me because she said, "It's a 10. No, it's an 11. And I'm pretty sure she just had a stomach ache. Self-assessed.
No, I think the reason why she said it and why she got to go first, isn't it because like you don't know what kids, because like they could be like no, it's a 10 even though it's like a 3 or 2. So.
Pain tests should not be used. They're stupid. Everyone's just gonna lie to try and get in sooner. So I made my revenge by throwing up on the waiting room floor for 3 hours. Finally, we get into a room. I wait about another 30 minutes to see a doctor, but the pain is getting worse, so they give me morphine. And then, well, then it gets kind of choppy after that. I know they gave me an ultrasound, but I was pretty out of it, so I think I thought I was pregnant. Is it twins? No, it's acute appendicitis. It's cute? Hell yeah, just like Papa. We're gonna have to schedule you for a surgery in 2 hours. A C-section? Alright. I don't think I'm ready to be a dad. Turns out, I did not have food poisoning for months. I had chronic appendicitis, which eventually turned into acute appendicitis.
Isn't that what Robert Downey Jr. had?
Which is where your appendix decides to become a bomb.
Yeah, that's what Robert
But what's
Downey Jr.
the
had.
appendix? Stupid, useless organ that does nothing. So, a fun little ambulance ride and 1 surgery later, bomb defused. But now I'm seeing that apparently the appendix does help with gut health. That sucks. They wouldn't even let me keep it in a jar. So in conclusion, I constantly overcooked my chicken in fear of food poisoning, I'm missing an organ that apparently does do something, and now the internet knows I've pooped myself as an adult. I don't think you mentioned anything about that. I'm just a regular guy. They call me your soul.
Okay.
I'm also...
Yeah, that's the end.
Shingles in my bones. That's how...
I thought you were about to say something. Let's go to the... Oh. There we go. This is the next one and then the one up there.
Working
I've
across
not
teams
watched.
is tough.
Not... Okay, I'm glad I'm covering it up because I would have been in trouble.
But Asana,
You guys can't hear that. I do not care. No. No. The ad wanted me to visit them. I believe I'm okay. I believe I'm okay with that. Loading. Ever since I was a kid. Mound. Dessert. Vertigo. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! Yeah! Oh dear God. Okay. Oh! No! Oh, I regret screaming. Puff. Potentially. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. But you're gonna have to. I don't. I'm making a prediction, alright? I don't think that it's gonna actually like work. I think it's just gonna be laying there getting more in pain. Yeah. 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 Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. You suck. Yeah. Oh no. Ah. Muffin. Do the procedure, bro. Procedure. Y'all couldn't hear that the whole entire time. I'm so dumb. I am so sorry. We can restart.
Ever since I was a kid, I've never had
Ever
any
since I was
big
a
health
kid.
issues growing up. Other than being super skinny and self-conscious about my looks, I've always been pretty healthy all my life. Then out of nowhere, Mother Nature was like, hey yo, this kid's had
I
it
can't
too
believe I
good
did
for
that,
too
bro.
long, so I'ma hit him with a little something that he probably doesn't deserve, but I don't care, I'm freaking Mother Nature. I'ma do whatever I want.
freaking
And
Mother
boom, I got struck
Mother.
by a random symptom called vertigo. more specifically known as benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, or BPOV for short. Essentially, it's a symptom where changing the position of your head can trigger a false sense of rotational movement around you that can normally last up to a minute or so, which doesn't sound all that bad when presented in words, but trust me when I say this, the day I woke up with this symptom was the day I learned true fear. It was like going on one of those circular amusement
believe I
park
did
rides
that,
on
bro.
turbo speed, but without any safeties on. Yeah, I was not having a fun time. After the spinning finally settled down, I felt
I'm
sick to my
gonna do
stomach. And we're not talking about some
bro,
average
'cause
motion
I
sickness
do
here.
not
No,
wanna
no, no, no.
sit
I'm telling
here
you, this feeling of
4
nausea hits
minutes.
different. It felt like I just finished skydiving out of a plane, but for some dumb reason, I decided to do a million cartwheels midair before landing on the ground. I'm okay. This lasted for hours, and because the pain was so bad, I just wanted someone to ram me on a wall and knock me unconscious. Maybe even put me out of my misery. My mom called up a friend who wasn't exactly a doctor, but she was pretty experienced in the field of medicine, and once she arrived, she was given all the details of my condition and was like, "Yep, sounds like a POV." Then after giving me some simple treatments to ease the pain, she proceeded to tell me that I might need to stay in bed for the next few weeks, which wasn't good news for me because I had a video to finish with.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just love being sick.
The deadline, so I asked if they could just call the ER and have me go to the hospital instead. But because of the whole COVID pandemic situation, that wasn't really an option. And so, with a heavy heart, I updated my social media about my current situation and had no choice but to give up on posting for the month. Then, when all hope seemed lost, an Aussie friend of mine who recently graduated with a doctor's degree messaged me with a solution, which was a 90-second procedural
many
exercise that could
doctors do
potentially
that,
reduce or expunge the
friend?
symptoms altogether. This exercise was called the Epley maneuver. Now, hearing this, you would think that I'd be keen to try this immediately, but nah, fam. There was one tiny problem. It was the word potentially. This meant that the effects weren't exactly
Potentially.
foolproof, and to me, that just wasn't gonna cut it. I mean, there was no way I was gonna go through 90 freaking seconds of deadly spinorama if it wasn't gonna work 100%.
Roblox?
I'm about to crash out, bro. Why do I have to be sick?
Is way more
Ah. I'm not doing this again. I'm turning up the level.
So I thanked my friend and decided to take the longer route to recovery and hope that somehow the BPOV would just disappear on its own over time. Besides, all I had to do was just lie down in bed and relax, and maybe even binge some anime while I'm at it, so it didn't seem that bad.
Several days later.
So, how are you feeling? I wanna die. Okay, I don't know if you've ever lied down on your bed and not be able to get up for an entire month, but it's not exactly the ideal comfy paradise that you might think. First, let's talk about eating. People normally don't eat while lying flat on the ground because obviously it's much harder to swallow, and there's also the high risk of indigestion. I was given soup for over a week, and even that was too difficult for me to digest. Same thing applied to drinking water, and I'd even choke on some if I wasn't careful. Then there was brushing your teeth, washing your hair, personal hygiene, and don't even get me started about taking a leak or going for number 2, cause I won't. It's embarrassing. But none of these even came close to the level of discomfort I faced with this next one. Introducing bed sores. You suck! Now, you might not have had a chance to develop one of these bad boys, because, well, you've probably never had to lie down on your bed for more than a day or two. But to put it simply, bed sores are painful aches and ulcers that form on the area of your skin that are under heavy pressure from lying down in bed for a long period of time. In order to ease some of the pain, I had to constantly shift my weight to distribute the pressure around the back of my body, which helped a little bit in the beginning, but at some point it just stopped working, and my whole body just felt this constant wave of agony that not only affected my mood, but I can't even recall how many times I've cried myself to sleep, just because of how sad of a state I was in. I gotta tell you.
Okay, there we go. This is the part. Okay.
This was probably one of the most miserable times of my life, and you're probably
Yeah.
sitting there thinking,
Well, TJ, you did this to yourself. If only you hadn't done the Epley maneuver at the start, you would have never had to go through such an ordeal.
but hear
Shut
me out. You have to understand, for me, going through another one of those spinning doom sensation meant death itself at the time, and my brain desperately sought for other methods, even if it meant having to endure a month's worth of physical and mental torture. However, after a month, I was finally driven to a corner, and at this point, it just wasn't worth it anymore. So I told my mom that I'd try the procedure tomorrow, and she replied with a very warm and kind-hearted tone of,
Nice.
well, it's about time. The night before the procedure was unusually cold and depressing, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, so this is what it feels like to wait for a death sentence. And then came D-Day. Every fiber of my being was screaming in utter fear. It took me a while to muster all the courage I had to even attempt the first 30-second stage of the exercise, but once I began, there was no going back. It was a long, grueling 90 seconds of pure spinning torment, but after following the procedure down to a T and having the support of my whole family on my back, I finished the last and final stage and got up. Then at that moment, I was nervously waiting for the same old unbearable nausea to take over my body, but instead, I felt fine.
Good.
I was actually fine. It
Yeah.
worked! Although my body wasn't in tip-top shape, the freedom I felt for the first time in weeks was beyond heavenly. And the recovery process that followed right after still took a while, but it was only a matter of time before I could hold my pen again and start working on my videos. Looking back on this now, I still have no idea what caused the BPUV in the first place, but I decided I wouldn't take any more chances, so I've carefully given more thought into taking better care of my health and really learned to appreciate all the little things in life, even if it's truly as simple as
Just
getting up from your bed.
Yeah. It's a good lesson. It says outro like a minute.
But you know what else I can appreciate? Some good old wireless earbuds.
Yeah, it's just an ad that I can't show. Is that just the rest? Yeah, it's just the rest. Dang, thank you, bro, for giving me such a fun time. Let's go with the next one. Ice cream sandwich.
I don't know if you can tell from my voice right now, but I'm pretty sick. A vile harbinger of disease. Don't worry, it's not COVID. Everything's fine. But if you want to make me feel better, the only thing that'll make me feel better is to smash that subscribe button. Big.
Hey, you heard him. You heard him. Subscribe to me and Ice Cream Sandwich and all the people that we've watched.
Sick has made me
And
think
here.
about a lot of things, like what it's like
this
to
video.
breathe. I remember when being sick used to be awesome. You would get sick, go to the nurse's office, parents would pick you up, your mom will make you soup, and you get to watch cartoons or something for the rest of the day. Now, at least for me, getting sick is like, well, I have to work and be sick. Who set up this is a scam. The world should not be this way.
This is a scam.
There should be a service that's like when you're sick, somebody comes over and they make you soup and they tuck you in and give you a little kiss on the head and they put on a movie and they say, "You cozy?" You go, "Yeah, I'm cozy." Anyway, the worst time that I've ever gotten sick was probably appendicitis. I already made a video about that,
Appendicitis?
though. So, the other more recent bad time that I got sick was about a year ago now when I was starting to feel very tingly in my appendages. And I'm like, that's probably the worst thing possible. Let's Google everything.
It's the worst thing possible.
I knew it. So I
I
made a
knew
doctor's
it.
appointment and I go into the doctor. I talk to them about my symptoms and all these things. And they're like, "Is it COVID?" And I'm like, "No, I got many tests." And then they asked me some questions, took my temperature, and then they were like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay, just come back if it gets worse." And I did. And then the next doctor that I see was like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Well, let's recommend you to a neurologist because it could be a problem with your brain." And then I go to that doctor and they're like, "Well, I don't know what it is either, but we should scan your skull and spine." And I'm like, "Well, why don't we just start with that? It's been weeks of these symptoms and I'm just sitting here, why don't we start with that?" And so she's like, "Good news, we're not scanning a ton of people right now. We might be able to get you in today." I'm like, "Oh, this is good." She leaves for a little bit. She comes back. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. We have to." And then she said some word that I totally can't remember, but it's the process that she's like, "We have to do this process." What the process is she has to go to the insurance company and says, "Do we have permission to do this procedure on the patient?" And then the insurance company gives the green thumb. I'm sorry. Why is that real? I could be melting from the inside out, and the insurance company, who's filled with 0% doctors, is going to be like, "Maybe, no. I have to wait an additional week for this stupid process to pass." What the heck? Next time you need help, and for some reason need my help specifically, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait a week for you." Kinda. Sorry, I don't know if you could tell, I'm kind of bitter about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get approved, and so we move on. So I'm ready to get a scan for my skull, and it's fine. It's inside of an MRI machine. They're like, "Are you claustrophobic?" Maybe a little bit. I guess we'll figure out while I'm in there. They're like, "Okay, cool. This is gonna take about 1 hour." And that made me a little nervous because I'm a really restless person. At all times, I have to be moving, whether it be moving my legs, moving my wrists, rubbing my feet together like a little cricket
I
in
do
my
not
bed.
do
I don't know
that,
why.
but you
I haven't
know what I
really
do?
looked into why that is. And so
You know what I do is I just think it's a perfect idea to start playing a dumb game while I'm trying to go to sleep.
was a little bit nervous,
Yeah.
but they give you like these little headphones, and then they're like, do you like classical music or jazz music? And I'm like, oh, let's do jazz music. And then you go into the tube, and it's really, really tight, and it's kind of freaky, but the jazz music actually helps a little bit. I did surprisingly well. We got all the scans done. We only needed to redo one of them because it kind of twitched my head at one point after I was suppressing for so long. And I come out, they say, okay, we're gonna look at these, we're gonna see what's up, and then we're gonna tell you. I'm actually like really
Okay.
freaked out because at this point we're thinking, oh, a brain scan, the thing that's the most delicate part of your body, and they have to look at it and see if something's wrong with that. That's kind of freaky. So we wait, and then the results come back. The results were brain scan, unremarkable. Okay, I think technically I understand that that's a good thing, but you didn't have to say it like that. Spine scan, also unremarkable. I came up clean. So what the heck is wrong with me? Turns out we never found out. I spent thousands upon dollars waiting, ultimately to amount to, I don't know what it is, and then eventually the symptoms went away. Great.
So
What's the
weird.
moral of the story here?
Don't be sick.
I don't know.
Don't be sick. This is a long video because I couldn't be able to pause it at all. I couldn't have been able to like yeah. So I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't get sick. It sucks. Says the one that's sick right now. Alright. Thank you for watching this long video. Goodbye.